The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi, have you ever wondered why certain moments from the past seem to follow you like a shadow? Why some memories, even those from years ago, still stir up anger, sorrow, fear, or shame the moment they resurface? It's like your mind is replaying a loop you never pressed play on. You're caught inside a machine made of memories, spinning without your consent. Why does this happen? And more importantly, how can we break free? The human mind is a remarkable survival mechanism. It's designed to protect you, especially when something painful or threatening happens. In these moments, your brain stores information deeply to help you avoid similar danger in the future, but not all pain leaves the same mark. Imagine you burn your hand while cooking. It hurts, a lot. But after the moment passes, you're unlikely to keep reliving the burn. You won't feel your heart race every time you walk into the kitchen. Why not? Because your brain understood the cause. You learned something. You gained clarity. You now know to be more careful. The physical pain is processed, the lesson is learned, and the experience gets filed away without emotional clutter. But emotional pain? That's a different story. If you're haunted by emotionally intense memories, it's often because your mind never truly understood what happened. There's no clean cause and effect in emotional trauma. The lesson isn't obvious, and so the file stays open, active, raw. This is why certain memories feel like live wires, not just echoes of the past, but sparks in the present. As Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. When something remains unresolved, your brain won't let it go. It keeps scanning for patterns, trying to prevent it from happening again, even if that moment is long gone. Once understanding arrives, once you can see the deeper why, the emotional weight often begins to dissolve. The memory doesn't vanish, but it becomes just that, a memory, like a scar, not an open wound. When you fully comprehend the root of your suffering, not just intellectually but emotionally, you're no longer a prisoner of it. That memory becomes part of your narrative, not a ghost in the machine. You're no longer reacting to a phantom. You're responding to life with clarity. But how do we reach that understanding, and especially when trauma is layered, complex, and not easily untangled? This is where some groundbreaking developments in therapy come in. Imagine if there was a way to revisit those emotionally painful moments, but without the paralysis of fear, without the shame, without the overwhelming emotional flood. That's exactly what MDMA-assisted therapy is showing promise in. Researchers have found that under controlled clinical conditions, MDMA can temporarily reduce the brain's fear response, particularly by calming the amygdala, the region responsible for triggering fight-or-flight reactions. At the same time, it boosts feelings of empathy, connection, and emotional safety. This allows individuals to confront memories they've avoided for years, not to relive the pain, but to finally process and integrate it. Clinical trials, including those led by the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, MAPS, have shown remarkable outcomes for individuals with PTSD. Many report dramatic improvements after just a few MDMA-assisted sessions. People describe the experience as one of clarity, of seeing their trauma not as an identity, but as a chapter. With the emotional storm cleared, reflection becomes possible. The science shows us that under the right conditions, MDMA can help bridge the gap between a painful memory and the understanding needed to heal it. But there's something else we often forget, something as vital as the treatment itself. We live in a world that prides itself on independence, but often at the cost of isolation. Cities are crowded, yet people are lonely. We scroll endlessly, yet rarely connect. Trauma thrives in silence. Healing thrives in connection. In many indigenous cultures, healing is never done alone. One practice, known as the talking circle, creates a space where people gather, speak from the heart, and listen without judgment. A sacred object is passed from hand to hand, reminding each person their story matters. This kind of collective honesty is powerful. It shows us we're not alone in our struggles. As Maya Angelou once said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. That's why community is not optional in healing, it's essential. And interestingly, the experience MDMA often creates mirrors this sense of communal safety. People feel held, connected, seen, even if only temporarily. And that's often enough to take the first steps toward integration. But here's the truth, MDMA isn't magic. It isn't the cure. It's a tool, a supplement to the deeper work of human connection, understanding, and courage. No chemical can replace the need for community, safety, and the slow, steady work of reflection and growth. But for some, it can provide a glimpse, a taste, of what peace might look like. And that glimpse can be life-changing. If you're someone who feels stuck, replaying old pain, drowning in emotional loops, know this, you're not broken. You're trying to understand. Healing is not about forgetting, it's about remembering differently. Reach out, speak your truth, find your people. Whether through therapy, conversation, or spiritual practices, integration is possible. As author Vera Nazarian reminds us, sometimes reaching out and taking someone's hand is the beginning of a journey.